guys, what's up? It's AppleCritics from AppleCritics.com. In this video, I'm going to be showing you all the iOS 13 hidden features. So there's a lot of hidden features within this latest software preview of iOS 13. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into all of the hidden features. So some of the hidden features occur in the control center. So once you go into it, you're going to see it looks normal, just like iOS 12. But if we go ahead and tap on the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, airplane mode section, you'll see that we'll have some more information. And then if we tap and hold on the Wi-Fi, you'll see that you'll have all of these pop up right here. So here are the Wi-Fi networks. So you can easily change the Wi-Fi networks within the control center now. And we can also go into Wi-Fi settings right there as well. So that's definitely a nice feature. And we can do the same thing with Bluetooth. So now you can see you can have all your Bluetooth connections right here, so you could easily connect to your AirPods or connect to another audio or Bluetooth enabled device. So it's really nice and convenient. Now this not only works with the iPhone XS and the iPhone X and the iPhone XS Max, it also works with the older devices such as the iPhone 6s, the iPhone SE, and just any device that can run iOS 13. You have this feature of easily disabling and enabling different Wi-Fi networks embedded within this section. Now we can also 3D touch on the brightness. Once we do that, we can see that we have the option to turn it to dark mode just by tapping on appearance light. And then you'll see it'll go into dark mode. So if we go into any of these apps that have dark mode enabled, so let's say for example, the App Store, you're going to see that there will be dark mode there. And then we can go back into Control Center, then we can change it to light. And now if we go back to the App Store, you can see it's back to normal with the regular mode. Now next up, we can adjust the volume, so you can turn it up or turn it down. And now you'll see that there'll be a volume slider right there. So what we can actually do is adjust this volume slider. So you can pull all the way to the right and adjust it to the right amount of volume that we want. And then you can just let it go. You can also slide on it again. So once it goes to the smaller mode, you can just slide on it to adjust it again. You can put it to any increment of the volume. Now you can go right on into settings, and then once you're in settings, you'll see that there'll be a scrolling bar right there. So what we can actually do is tap and hold on that scrolling bar, then you can scroll much faster. So it's really hard to notice, but if we tap and hold on that scrolling bar, and you can see it's much bigger now, then you can just scroll faster. So we could also do this in any app that has scrolling. So what we can actually do is go into Safari. So let's say, for example, we're reading an article in Safari. We can just tap and hold on it, and now you can see you have that 3D touch, so you can see it's much faster now. So once again, we can see the scrolling bar, then we can just tap and hold, and then we can easily scroll. Now the next hidden feature occurs in settings. So what we can do is go to where it says edit right at the bottom. And now you can see that you have a chance to edit video. So there's a lot of updates in the Photos app, but especially when you go into a video, you'll notice. So at the top left, you have the option to mute a video, or you could just leave the audio on. And then what we can do is take a look at this option right here. You're going to see they actually have a bunch of different filters that you can add to the video. You can see that the video is changing, so you can turn it to silver tone, for example, and you can see the video is a lot different now. So those are the main changes within the video. There's just a bunch more filters. You can resize it. We can also flip a video, so we can crop it to a different level. You can also rotate it, so you can just rotate this video sideways or any other way. So there's just a lot of great features within iOS 13 that are actually hidden. Now, a great feature overall is that any device on iOS 13 will now have 3D touch. So if you have an older device like the 6s or iPhone SE, you will get a 3D touch. Say, for example, we tap and hold on settings. You'll see that we have that 3D touch kind of animation, and then we have Bluetooth, cellular data, and battery. So any device can basically do that now as long as they're running on iOS 13. So that's a really nice feature. Now the next hidden feature is actually voice control. So if we go on into settings, and then we go into accessibility, and then we scroll all the way down until we see voice control, we can turn voice control on, and then we can set up voice control. And then I'll give you the setup page. So if you're wondering what you can say with voice control, you can say go home, go back, go to sleep, show grid, show names, show numbers, and there's different phrases that you can take a look at. So this voice control is actually really nice to use. So you can hit done. So now what we can do is just say some voice control commands. So let's say, for example, we say go home. So you can see it heard me. And then we can also say, open settings. Go home. So you can see I'm not even touching the phone at all. It's just listening to my voice commands. Then I can say, show numbers. And now it'll show all the numbers for the app. So I could just say any number, then it'll open it. 8. So now I can see it opened. And all I have to do is just say the numbers. Show numbers. 18. And now the calculator is open just like that. So it's really cool what voice control can do, and I can see myself using it a lot. Next, what we can do is actually go into the Photos app. And when we're in the Photos app, we can actually share a photo. And when we share a photo, it will recognize how we use our device. So if any person that we text a lot is in the photo, it will actually recognize that person and recommend us to share it with them. So there's actually a lot of good features embedded within this. You also have copy a photo, copy to iCloud, slideshow, and a whole lot more when it comes to the features. Now what we can do is take a look at some of the smaller hidden features that you wouldn't expect. So say for example, if we turn our attention to the bottom row of icons, also known as the dock, what we can do is take an app out of it. So let's say for example, the music. And now you can see you'll automatically space out all of those apps just like that. So that's really good that it does that. It's just a nice feature. So now you can see that you only have 3 apps and it won't just have an app icon space missing. It will actually space it out now. So that's really good. Now what we can also do is go into settings, and then we can go into cellular. And then once we're in cellular, we can go into cellular data options. And then you're going to see that there will be a low data mode. So low data mode will help you consume less data and preserve it. So it's definitely a great feature. And especially if you don't want to go over your data limit, this will definitely help in the near future. Now, next up, we can go into iTunes and App Store. And then if we go into cellular data and we take a look at automatic download, and then we take a look at app downloads, you'll see that it will now be updated. So it will ask if it's over 200 megabytes. So you could just tap on that. And now you can see that you have the option to always allow, ask if it's over 200 megabytes, or ask first. So now you can download any app size over 200 megabytes over data, and it won't just limit you anymore. So if you have unlimited data, that's a great feature. Or if you just want to get that latest game that's 5 gigabytes or something like that, you can now just get it over data. So now we can go into the Clock app. And once you go into the Clock app, you'll see that it actually got a nice update. So the world clock looks the same, but if we actually go into timer, you're going to notice that there will be a difference. So if we hit start, you're going to see that it has a major UI update, and it looks very clean to say the least, and it works very well with dark mode, even though the app is already always in dark mode. But you can see it's just a nice little ring for time now. Now, a new feature in Safari is that if we go into a new tab and we want to preview a website without actually going into it, we can actually use 3D Touch. So now I can see the Apple website loaded, and we can take a look at it. And then we have the option to open in new tab, edit, or delete from the recommended websites option. Now we can also go into Safari and tap on the 2 A's at the top left. And then what we can do is say hide toolbar. And then we're going to see that we have a full screen, very immersive mode in Safari now. So what we can do is actually tap on it again, and then it will take us back to normal and show the toolbar. So you could see that we have those options. Now also when we tap on that A, we have the show reader view, we have the hide toolbar, we can automatically request the desktop website, then you have some more website settings, and then you can see that we can actually allow a particular website to access our camera, microphone, and location. And then you have request desktop website, and then use reader automatically. Now the next feature is in settings. So we can go into battery. Then once we go into battery, you're going to see that you have the normal functions of low power mode, and then you're going to see that you have the statistics about your last charge and much more. But the new option is actually battery health. So when we go into battery health, we have the maximum capacity of 97%, we have the peak performance capability, then you also have the optimized battery charging. So these are 3 crucial new features that will allow us to have a better battery life overall. Now, if we also go into the wallpaper section, we have the option for dark appearance dims wallpaper. So that's just a new feature that I noticed. Now, if we scroll down, accessibility actually has its own tab now, and it's not hidden under general. So if you go into accessibility, and then we choose to turn on zoom, so we can just turn it on. Now, if we double tap with 3 fingers, you can see that it will zoom in or zoom out. So we could go to our home screen and tap with 3 fingers. And now you can see we can zoom and then take a look, and then we can zoom out with 3 fingers again. So it's just that simple. Now, if we go into the App Store, and then we take a look at the bottom, you'll see that we have the regulars. So we have today, we have games, apps, arcade, and search. But what you will probably notice is that we no longer have the update section right here where the arcade section is. So now the updates feature actually moved to the top right. So if we tap on it, you'll see that we have all of our available updates right here, and we can take a look at all of them. Now the next feature is in Notes. Now the next hidden feature is actually with the keyboard. So now you're going to see that there's actually a dedicated emoji button right there instead of the world language button being there. So if we tap on this, we can have all the emojis right there. So that's really nice and very useful. So you could just rotate the emojis. But now the world icon for different languages is there. So they're both separate for alternate keyboards. So that's very interesting, and it's much useful, and it's just shows the popularity of emojis if there's a dedicated emoji button within the keyboard now. Now, if we take a screenshot, and then we tap on that preview of the screenshot, you're going to notice that it's much updated now. So you're going to see that we have all the different pens and highlighters and different options right at the bottom, and it looks pretty full featured, and it looks really nice overall. So what we can do is actually tap on the ruler, for example, or tap on the highlighter to highlight something right here. So you can see that it's updated now. The UI looks very intriguing, and it just looks a lot better than it was before in iOS 12. Now the last hidden feature occurs in settings. So if we go into settings, and then we go into general, and then we scroll all the way down till we see fonts, and then we tap on it, it's going to show that fonts you install will appear here. So currently we can install fonts, but when iOS 13 is officially released, there will be an option to install fonts from the App Store. Then we can finally have a bunch of different fonts on our iOS device, and we won't need to jailbreak anymore. So thanks for watching this video on all the iOS 13 hidden features. Please be sure to subscribe to like this video. Please smash the like button down below so you watched. Also be sure to check out all the videos on my channel. Be sure to check out applecritics.com for latest Apple news, reviews, and more. Like my Facebook fan page at facebook.com/applecritics. And also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/applecritics. And be sure to leave a comment down below what you think of all these iOS 13 hidden features. And thanks for watching.